For a man who drew America into 2 wars and countless military engagements, we never really knew what Saddam Hussein was thinking. But tonight, you're going to hear more than has ever been revealed before. After his capture, Saddam met every day with one man, an American, that he knew as Mr. George. George is FBI Agent George Piro, who was the front man for a team of FBI and CIA analysts who were trying to answer some of the great mysteries of recent history.
I purposely put his back against the wall and then mine against the door. Psychologically, to tell him that his back was against the wall in the interview room and that I stood between him and the door, psychologically. Between him, whether it's to go back to his cell, freedom, whatever he was projecting to be outside of that door, I was kind of that psychological barrier between him and the door.
Were any coercive techniques ever used against him? Sleep deprivation, heat, cold, loud noises? We've heard about waterboarding?
No.
Never?
Never.
Not once?
No. It's against FBI policy first, and wouldn't have really benefited us with someone like Saddam. So
why not?
I think Saddam clearly had demonstrated over his legacy that he would not respond to threats, to any type of fear-based approach.
So how do you crack a guy like that?
Time.
And what did he tell you about how his weapons of mass destruction had been destroyed?
He told me that most of the WMD had been destroyed by the UN inspectors in the 90s, and those that hadn't been destroyed by the inspectors were unilaterally destroyed by Iraq.
He had ordered them destroyed?
Yes. So
why keep the secret? Why put your nation at risk? Why put your own life at risk to maintain the charade?
It was very important for him to project that because that was what kept him, in his mind, in power. That capability kept the Iranians away. It kept them from re-invading Iraq.
He believed that he couldn't survive without the perception that he had weapons of mass destruction.
Absolutely.
Before his wars with America, Saddam had fought a ruinous 8-year war with Iran, and it was Iran that he still feared the most. As the U.S. marched toward war, and we began massing troops on his border, why didn't he stop it then? How could he have wanted his country to be invaded?
He didn't, but he told me he initially miscalculated President Bush and President Bush's intentions.
A little over 2 years later, Saddam went to the gallows. Piro says that Saddam calculated his performance here, his defiance, his refusal to wear a hood, so that the last picture for history would not be those humiliating images of his capture. It was, Saddam understood, the last thing he could control. He expected to die?
Yes.
And you say it didn't bother him?
No.
Why not?
Well, his answer was he was 67 at the time. He had lived longer than the average Arab male lived in the Middle East. He had a wonderful life, got to be the leader of the cradle of civilization, and in his opinion, of course, had a significant impact on that country, the region, the world.
No remorse, no concern for the kinds of things that he had ordered and done?
No. No remorse, no regret.